23 innings. No runs. And eliminate that is incredible. And the Giants typically, like last night, did it in typical Giants fashion. Typical Giants road fashion. They come through late innings. Connor Gillespie, the third baseman, left-hand hitter, comes up against. I'm trying to remember. I know obviously the last name's Familia. I don't know. I'm probably butchering this first name, but I'm going to go with Jeurys Familia. Gave up one home run all year in about 65 innings pitched. Connor Gillespie, nothing major. 265 hitter, about 8 home runs this year. Comes and unleashes a 3-run bomb into right field. This is another situation of this team doing it late with an unknown name. Connor Gillespie. Role player. But they do it like this. They do it the playoff years, 2010, 2012, 2014, now 2016. When they get in the playoffs, they hammer it home. Simply put. They're coming in hot. They've won now 8 out of their last 11 games. Come in off a fresh sweep of the Dodgers. Beat a Mets team that was at home behind an unbelievable performance by Noah Syndergaard. That guy's nasty. Threw no hits for 5.5, 6 innings before giving up a hit. Mets bullpen blew it. But what a game last night. If you're a baseball traditionalist, if you love great pitching, that was your game. Giants move on to face the Chicago Cubs. First pitch on Fox Sports tomorrow night, 8:15 Central Standard Time from Wrigley Field. Going to be rocking in Chicago. They've been waiting on this since they went home against the New York Mets in the NLCS last year. They've been waiting this for a while. So this is going to be a great series to watch. Great, tremendous pitching. Great excitement at AT&T Park and Wrigley Field. And if you're not a baseball fan, if you just like exciting things, tune in late. Just like last night, I can assure you there will be some theatrics with these two teams late innings. Last time they played, there was a 4-game series at Wrigley. The Cubs did win 3, but all 4 games were one-run games. These are even teams, evenly matched, great pitching. Cubs are obviously a better hitting team. Cubs won 103 games this year. Phenomenal team. Best in baseball. But in the playoffs, anything goes. So, it's going to be something to tune in and watch. Just giving you an update. Today, the Toronto Blue Jays are winners of the wild card. Just absolutely thumped the Texas Rangers today by a score of 10-1. Yes, sir. Those wild card teams, when they're hot because they've played playoff baseball for a month. Texas clinched early. These wild card teams, particularly in Game 1, they win this game because this team that clinched early has been off for a little bit. They don't have their focus. This wild card team just came off of an emotional 1-game take-all. They're still in that mode. All this confidence. Don't be surprised if the Giants take Game 1 tomorrow night, just solely based on that, and try to put the pressure on the Cubs in Game 2, just like Toronto did today. They're putting the pressure on Texas in Game 2. Texas is in trouble. They have to win tomorrow. This is the best 3 out of 5. Currently, in Boston and Cleveland are knotted up at 0. Boston has runners at first and third, 2 outs. Top of the first inning. Trevor Bauer going for Cleveland, and Rick Porcello going for Boston. We give you live updates of these games. I think this is going to be a low-scoring game. I'm going to go with Boston tonight. I think they're a better team. Road team so far, if my prediction comes true, getting it done. Giants in the wild card. Blue Jays today. Boston comes through tonight. It's good stuff. Tune in, watch these games. They're playoff games, playoff atmospheres. If you can't sit through an entire baseball game, then turn it on around 10 o'clock. You will see excitement in these later innings. That's how baseball is. Strategy game through the first 8.5. Once it gets into that 8th inning, that 9th inning, the wheels start to turn, the excitement builds, pressure mounts. It's good stuff. I'm telling you guys. TBS. Boston just hit a 2-run double. It's currently Boston 2, Cleveland nothing. They have a runner on second with 2 outs in the top of the first. Hanley Ramirez with a double to center. Put Boston on top. So, anyway, guys, look, if you can get to it, TBS, right now, it's good stuff. So, now we're going to move on to what you guys tune in to the Jamison Daigle Show for on Thursdays. And it's your recruiting guru, your guy who delivers you all pertinent information in the world of recruiting, giving you updates, giving you LSU targets. We're going to give you, when big news happens in the SEC as well as national news, we're going to give you that. And stay tuned as I will be doing a Facebook Live show with Chad Bluin of the Chad Bluin Radio Network, as we will be talking recruiting, breaking down the LSU game possibly, but mainly I'm going to do a recruiting segment on the Chad Bluin Show on Facebook Live. Listen live, or you can watch live. Send me some messages if you have questions. And this is always going to be on Thursday. Jamison Daigle and Recruiting Thursday, which is one of my favorite things to do. It's a year-round thing. You got these battles for these top players, where they're going to spend their careers. It's good stuff. Now, today, LSU is locked into a guy named Edward Ingram. He is a offensive tackle, 6'4", 325 beast. He's a 4-star recruit. And there was talk, of course, with the Les Miles firing. So far, the Tigers would have just one defection. Mike Guidry decommitted. Looks like he's going to go. Alabama's the early favorite for Guidry's signature. But right now, Alabama, Florida, and A&M contacted Ingram. Got some pushes from Saban, McElwain, and Kevin Sumlin. What did Ingram say? Well, Alabama, they tried to contact me. Florida started following me on Twitter, and A&M's offensive line messaged me this week. So what did Ingram say? No dice. He tells these guys he is locked in. Thanks, but no thanks. Ingram states, and I love this. I love what he said. I did not go for the coach. I went for the school. Ed Ogeron's recruiting him, saying they're going to be there. He loves Coach O. He loves offensive line coach Jeff Grimes. said discussion with the staff had led him to believe the interim tag will be dropped as LSU puts on a good show the rest of the year. Ingram said he was really, really excited of their win last weekend. He said he was like, this is how LSU is supposed to play. He said it was just something else. I love these kids honoring their commitments despite some recent shakeup. That Missouri game was big for LSU. That was a big, big start for recruiting purposes, if anything. He said he loves the atmosphere. The Louisiana people were cool. He's planning to make another trip to Baton Rouge. He's locked in. LSU will get a signature from Edward Ingram. He's a solid commitment. Now, if you're wondering about Edward Ingram, he reminds me a lot of Nate Livings. If some of you remember, Big Nate was about 6'3", 330 offensive tackle out of Washington Marion High School. He was a left tackle in 2003 under Saban and that staff. Guy was a beast. Ingram, when I look at him on tape, looks like a beast when he comes off the line. He's a great, so far what I see is a great run blocker. Now, as far as the pass blocking, again, when you watch tape, it's high school defensive ends. He's got good, quick footwork. That's going to have to get worked on when he first comes in. But he fires off of that line. Big, strong physical presence. This is a guy, if he develops properly, could be one of LSU's best. There's no doubt. He really reminds me of Nate Livings. It's exciting. I love kids, again. I love them that say no thank, because you know Saban and McElwain and Sumlin were pushing, saying LSU's, they're unstable. They got a lot of things going on. Are you sure you want to honor your commitment there? And Ingram said thanks, but no thanks. So you got to love it. It's exciting news for LSU. Now, moving on, I want to give you a list of LSU's targets. Okay, now the one guy I said to you earlier, if you heard the opening of the show, and this is a guy who recently, his interest in LSU is getting warmer. This is a guy LSU is really, really pushing hard. He's currently being recruited by Ed Ogeron, Bradley Del Pivido. This guy, Marvin Wilson, another beast, 6'4", 329, out of Bel Air, Texas Episcopal High School. Defensive tackle. This guy is a tremendous player. Blows up the line, quick footwork. He's got an excellent swim move. For a defensive tackle, he holds that middle, holds up blockers, but just has that strength to just push these offensive linemen in the backfield and just take over a game in the trenches. He's a 5-star. He's a number 1 defensive tackle, the number 1 player in the state of Texas, and the number 3 national recruit. He's being recruited by LSU, Ohio State, Oklahoma, Alabama, Florida State. Right now, in Texas. Right now, Texas is the favorite. He hasn't really shown any lean. Currently, he doesn't have a schedule set up with LSU.